Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
And that is something that they can play through. Of course, Jax has been known to be able to take games under their control in the past, and you can also teamfight relatively effectively on the champion as well. So relatively well-rounded, not a massive. Be able to find some of these angles as this game goes on. Zeus finds an Infernal Chain, cut the video, and Gumayusi taking a bit of damage here. Good fire kick, and actually Teddy going forward. A couple more autos and he's dead, and that's first blood for the bottom lane of DRX. That's not even...
Yeah, and he's stuck up close. You can see he's trying to get to the wall to flash away. Doesn't get it in time, just beautifully disengaged, but...
Oh, Satab is... That's not the lane, that's the river. Faker is going to get shuffled, actually. Delivered to Sponge. Flash Dash to come through, but Sponge is immediately flashing after him. Faker could die as well. It's a decent shockwave, but it ain't going to save him. And Satab moves DRX to 2-0. What a start that snowball rolling. Things could become difficult. Rascal coming forward as Sponge is here again. Remember, no flash on Zeus. No Umbral Dash either, as there is the Magnet Storm. They didn't even want to invest it, as Leap Strike comes in and the flash has to be used, but Rascal is able to lock down the kill. That was almost a flub, but they nailed it in the end.
Yeah, so well played, actually.
Follow up.
And we see here Rascal just getting out of the tether distance in time to follow up here. Oh.
Yep, Ona is going to go a bit aggressive onto Pleta, but Teddy might have been his target. Now Kerry is going to come on over. Teddy is in so much trouble. There he goes. Faker moving in as well. Flash out from Pleta. Faker moving real quick. It's often Clouds. They do have my back there. And Faker is on defense. That's a flash Magnet Storm. Teddy going to flash out of the way of the Tidal Wave. Faker should go down. But they do secure the Dragon. And the Soul will be Hextech, actually.
It's like T1 were looking for a bit more out of that play and didn't really get rewarded with it.
Yeah. Sponge now wants to...
But they're going to need to win this next Dragon fight. They're going to need to put a stop to the Dragon stacking.
And Sponge is looking to put a stop to Zeus here, who doesn't have flash. Remember, Magnet Storm comes down, Emperor's Divide, and he's just going to be swept under the rug. Sponge will take a few too many turret shots, but he isn't going to die for it. And now Rascal is chasing after Faker. Shockwave comes in, but doesn't exactly do what he wants. Still slowed down by the dissonance. Rascal will be deterred as Faker gets into that pixel brush. And now, oh, Moonlight Vigil avoided. That was really cute. Pleta still diving in, and that is not really the direction he wants to go. Satab wanting to get over. Isn't going to be able to. Good dive here by T1, keeping up that aggression as much as possible. But Rascal's coming in. This is fight after fight after fight here in this mid-game. Pocket. Gumayusi able to offer a lot back. So, without Smite, they do have Teleport, and T1 is still wanting to fight for this one. That's a flash over the Tidal Wave. Shockwave comes through, though, and that's a great double bubble. Zeus able to take down Satab here as the Dragon is still amongst it. It's a double kill for Zeus, who is just a wrecking ball. And they were a man down, but T1 is still making it work. Make that a triple. Oh, no. It's a catastrophe for DRX.
They haven't taken any tier 2 structures yet. They didn't get that third Dragon, so DRX hold on okay.
Ooh, Tidal Wave coming in here as Sponge does get knocked up. Great Shockwave onto Satab, who's trying to get himself out of there. Ona also using the ult relatively defensively. They take down the turret, but they're unable to kill any of the members of T1. Oh, man. Rascal in the mid lane should be able to get something back here as he secures a turret of his own. And now immediately teleports in to try and lock down this bottom lane. They get vision of Gumayusi Carrier trying to run away, and Teddy is looking to try and catch up. But Rascal now finds himself singled out. He has the Counter-Strike running, but now Owner is going to turn up. These Hex Gates really working out here as they change position kind of comedically. And Rascal looking at...
I think part of the problem is that they're structuring these buildings on sand, you know?
Yeah, I've heard of that issue before. Is okay, cease and desist onto Teddy into that backline. He flashes, he does manage to get the ult, but the Shockwave is too strong as Faker 8 kills to go now. Zeus able to take down a double in the backline as well. Sponge going to be taken away also, and DRX, they're left with only... By those Infernal Chains, avoids the bubble. Not going to be able to stand toe-to-toe, and that is just 4 for free.
Yep, that was a pretty one-sided fight, and we're kind of seeing part of the issue with letting this Vi go open. Ona did this neat trick where what you do is you target the enemy AD carry, and you press R. Oh. Very effective, very strong strategy.
That was what he did.
Yeah, not too much you can do in response, just survive longer than maybe you'd initially think.
Oh, the teleport from Faker as well for the Shockwave position as Carrier has to flash. Oh, bubble avoided there by Sponge, but now he's in trouble, taking a lot of damage from Gumayusi. That is the second one here for Faker. as Rascal is getting engaged on here. Zeus, every auto really hurting. Cyrilda's in his back pocket as well to try and contest this. Still wanting to, by the looks of things, is Teddy, red-white guns, ready to fight. Teddy. But, oh, dearie me, he is just going to die. Exhaust was able to be pressed onto Gumushi there, but he's still able to kill Teddy. So without jungler or AD carry.
Rascal?
Rascal going for it. Gumushi is somewhat low. The Baron is also somewhat low.
I feel like Rascal is kind of just doing his own thing this entire game.
He's out of there, though. Look at him. He's buying time. Teleporting. Bubble, dead. It was a cute play. It was a cute plan. Gumushi able to dash himself out of the way. Good shockwave here from Faker as Sponge crashes down on top of him. But Faker's got the arm guard, and he'll keep himself alive. The fire kick, not really something you're too scared about. And now Zeus is underneath turrets, not too worried about much at all. Wants to find a third Q. There it is. And Pletter is just wondering where the heck damage is. He wants to go back to being an AD carry, I think. But Umbral dash over the base gate. And Zeus is out of there. And now T1 are just going to rain hell down on the rest of DRX. Pletter is...
Leave him alone!
Oh, it's so cruel, isn't it? That's another kill. There's the ace, and T1 will now just destroy these Nexus turrets and take us to a game number 2. But one thing I do want to take away from this is the fact that DRX looked relatively competitive in the early stages until they absolutely didn't.